Now, as this fight over votes plays out, Local 4 has learned that Republican State Senate Majority Leader Mike Shirkey and House Speaker Lee Chatfield are expected to visit the White House Friday. The Michigan Democratic Party is calling the trip, quote unquote, shameful. Karen, a lot to unpack here, and we'll bring you the very latest coming up on the news at 5. Until then, we'll send it back to you.
All right. Thank you, Kim.
Sure.
And we've had close presidential elections before. Many of us can vividly remember the year 2000 with those hanging chads in Florida. But this year feels different, and some experts see reasons for concern as hyper-partisan fights seem to buck the norms of democracy we've come to expect. Paula Tutman this afternoon went looking for perspective on what we're seeing.
Some experts believe that the so-called longest enduring experiment of democracy that is the United States is in peril.
Here's a fact about the human condition. Governments fall. Right? No system of government lasts forever.
Professor Richard Primus is a constitutional law expert at the University of Michigan.
I mean, people throw sharp elbows in elections. People sometimes say things that aren't true. There are lots of underhanded techniques that are used. But when we get to counting the votes, and once the votes are counted, right, we have a pretty strong practice of everybody saying, okay, like the math is the math, right? If it's super close, we have a recount, right? But the math is the math, and now we move forward.
The simple act of two members of the Wayne County Board of Canvassers picking and choosing which results they want to certify is deeply concerning to Professor Peter Trumbore, chair of the Political Science Department at Oakland University.
The idea that they would certify all the votes in Wayne County except those from the city of Detroit, when the problems, for example, in Livonia, with sort of the mismatch between the poll books and the final numbers were equivalent, that they would accept the votes from Livonia, which is 90-some% white, while throwing out the votes from the city of Detroit, which is the largest majority black city in the country, I think tells you all you need to know.
There's reporting that President Trump got involved in the Wayne County dispute himself, reaching out directly to Republican canvassers, Monica Palmer and William Hartman,
to try to nullify the votes of hundreds of thousands of who are supposed to be his own constituents is simply shocking.
But the damage is already being done, because if you can successfully get enough people to choose to believe they have been cheated or slighted, and they are unwilling to recognize the winner, whether they voted for them or not, democracy is injured.
This is the only time in those 200 plus years of history that we've had a president who has sought to burn the place down as he's headed out the door. I think that what this is showing us is that anybody's democratic rights are at risk when you have unscrupulous people in power. That really seems to be it, right? That everybody's vote is at risk of being taken from them, and that we really need, I think we really need some serious vigilance to make sure that it doesn't happen.
And so what our experts are basically saying is, for anybody who wants to continue to have a choice in leadership by way of voting, they need to get in touch with their lawmakers and demand that they uphold the sanctity of this vote so that they can vote another day. In other words, in order for democracy to live another day, for you to even vote, this is the time to make sure that this election is indeed certified and upheld, because there's just no real evidence of fraud that is being leveled against the city of Detroit and indeed Michigan.
All right. Thank you, Paula. In other news,